All right, so the video told you about Boolean phrases to use when you are doing searches in a database. So the first thing I want to talk about is using quotation marks. So using quotation marks, you will get the exact phrase results. So for example, if you are searching for wind energy, you want to put quotation mark, wind energy, quotation mark, because that way you will just get stuff on wind energy. If you don't use the quotation marks, you might just get things about wind. You might just get things about energy. So if you want the exact phrase to be found in a database article, use quotation marks. And will limit or narrow your search results. So it will say, like, if you want wind energy and Iowa. So that will get you only articles about wind energy in Iowa. So you can use that to combine those search terms. Not will also limit or narrow your search results. So if you want wind energy but not about stuff in Iowa, you could put not Iowa. And then or will expand or broaden your search results. So if you want wind energy in Iowa or California, then you could get results from both of those searches. So you watch the video, and it's just a reminder that using quotation marks is going to narrow your search. So if you search for something and you end up with 100,000 results, you're not going to sit at the computer and look through 100,000 articles to try and find the 2 or 3 that will fit well with your research and that you'll want to use for your paper. So you want to narrow the search by using quotation marks. And will also narrow the search. Not will narrow your search, and then or will expand your search. So if you are searching for something and you are not getting very many results at all, try using or and see if you can get some more hits. So to show you this in action, once again, we're in Gale, and we are not just going to use this search bar, we are going to go to the advanced search. Okay, so when you go to the advanced search, you will notice that there are a bunch of boxes with some little drop downs and things in them, and you might even be wondering why there's all of these boxes here. And that's because you will use the Boolean operators to help you narrow your search. You can add rows too, so if you want to add more words in there, you can do that as well. Usually about 3 boxes is as far as you'll want to take a search. But remember, in the previous video I showed you how in Google you can just type out a whole entire phrase in the search bar and it'll pop up results. You can search for more than 1 or 2 words in a database, but you have to put them together in a specific way for it to work like Google does. So like I said, if we do wind energy, and we just type that in, we've got 452 magazine articles and 453 newspaper articles. So we've got still kind of too many. I'm not going to sit here and go through 400. So let's see. If we put wind energy in quotation marks, look, that takes it from 400 to 200 in each of the magazines and the newspaper article categories. So that brings it down because I put wind energy in quotation marks. Now instead of looking for anything that had wind and anything that had energy, it's looking just for wind energy. So the article has to say that together. Okay, now I'm still at 200 newspaper articles and 200 magazine articles. It's still too many for me to go through. So I might want to add an and. So if I type in and I put Iowa in here and hit the search button, now I'm down to 10 magazine articles and 10 newspaper articles. I can go through 10 things and decide if any of those 10 things fit my research purposes. So you can click on these if you just want to look at images, if you just want to see videos, audio, or if I just want to see newspaper articles, I can click on that and I can find those. Okay, now let's say that I go through this and those 10 are not enough results. I don't really see anything out of those 10 that are best for me. I can keep everything the same. So we've got wind energy in quotation marks. We said and Iowa. And then let's say and Iowa or California. There we go. Okay, Now, I think I made a mistake here. So this is good. This is good to see that I made this mistake. So magazine articles, we're back up to 94,000 magazine articles and 100 newspaper articles. Yeah, that's not what we want. So that reminds me, sometimes I need to type it in the same box. So let's see if this makes a difference. All right, so if I do Iowa or California in the same box here, there we go, that's better. Okay, so remember when we just had Iowa in that box, we had 10 newspaper articles and 10 magazine articles. Now it bumped up again because now it's looking for wind energy in Iowa or California, so it's both of those. Okay, so going back to the Boolean, remember that if you have too many results, you need to use some quotation marks, you need to use the word and, or use the word not to narrow down the search. You can use the word or to expand your search and get more results. Like I said though, I think it looks like it works best if you use the or inside the same box. Okay, so think of these boxes like you think of parentheses in a math equation. So you know in a math equation, anything that's in the parentheses has to stay together and you have to do that stuff first before you can take it against anything that's outside of the parentheses. So these boxes are kind of like parentheses in a math equation. Okay, so Iowa or California, if you put that in the same box, that's going to give you a little better results.